Hello, let's talk about postmodernism. Honestly, like, let me speak my truth. I've re-recorded this maybe like 20 times because honestly, I'm finding that I don't have much to say about postmodernism, the literary canon, and, my book in general because, to be honest, those aren't really things I'm particularly passionate about, and I feel like I'm not saying enough, but I also feel like what I'm saying is super unimportant and whatever. Basically, I'm really sorry if this doesn't sound as professional and thought out because I've been thinking about it, but also I just don't think about oh my god. I just don't think about postmodernism or, I don't really think about how my book affects the literary canon because to me it's more like a grain of sand in a beach or at a beach because there's so many books out there, and how does my book affect all the other books? But enough of that. Let's get into what postmodernism is and its point. So pretty much postmodernism rejects the concepts of rationality, objectivity, and universal truth. To go into that, rationality is pretty much acting based off of what you think the consequences are. So that would be rational thinking. You want to do something, you think about the consequences, and then you act based off of what you have imagined. Objectivity is not having a bias or looking at things with no bias. So think of a judge. They have to work without a bias, and if they do, then they are bad. And then universal truth is just stuff that everyone as a society accepts. So the sky's blue. Okay, not everyone has to accept it, but it's commonly accepted for pretty much everyone. The sky is blue. You breathe oxygen, or you breathe air, whatever. You breathe through your nose and your mouth. And postmodernism rejects that. So now, you have a bunch of people saying that you can express anything with a bias, you can think irrationally, and you don't have to accept the universal truth because, I don't know, maybe the sky is actually purple and we've been lied to all this time, and we've been brainwashed into thinking it's whatever. You guys get it. So pretty much the point of postmodernism is to get you thinking about stuff in a deeper way. So is the sky really blue, or is it periwinkle? Is that even a shade of blue? I don't know, but is it blue? I don't know. That's what I've been told, and I just accept it. So, oh goody, I'm at that part of the thingy. Let's talk about The Loop now by Ben Oliver. So to basically not give you any details that would spoil my book, Luca is in a space prison and he escapes because the government is bad and he wants to go find his family. So yeah. I'm gonna take a little short break because I'm so uninspired, guys. I'm sorry. Hello, I'm back. I'm still just as uninspired, but let me move on to what I originally wanted to talk about. Oh wait, no, first let me do intertextuality. So this book really reminded me of the show The 100, only because of the space prison. Oh my god, I keep on forgetting the word for prison. Only because of the space prison, and because it's a bunch of teenagers who are lost and confused, and they have to figure out a bunch of stuff all by themselves because their space government is really bad. And yeah. And then another show that I thought about was Final Space. For some reason, I kept on calling it Gary Needs Space because I think that's what it was called, but it's called Final Space. The main character is called Gary. He's also in space prison for life. And much like Luca, he also escapes. But Gary escapes because he's in love. And Luca escapes because his warden told him to, and because he wants to find his family before all hell breaks loose. And it kind of got me thinking about how in a lot of dystopian shows and books, the one thing that's always there is that human, the need for connection. So even if we live in a flawless society, there are always gonna be flaws, and we're always gonna seek for something that grounds us and makes us human, instead of constantly going for technology, I guess. That's what I'm kind of thinking about right now. I'm gonna stop the recording now though. I'm gonna be postmodernist, and what's it called again? The concept of rationality. I'm gonna scrap the concept of rationality, and I'm gonna finish the recording, but I'm just gonna hand it in as is, because that's postmodernism, right? That's me being a postmodernism being. I had something else to say, but I forgot what it was. So I guess this is kind of awkward now. Let me go figure out what I was thinking about. I've remembered. Okay, so one of the biggest flaws in the loop, or the society in the loop, is the fact that everything is AI. And I feel that's kind of on Ben Oliver's part. I feel that's kind of a commentary on how our lives are kind of run by artificial intelligence, or our lives are starting to become whatever. Technology influences a lot of our daily life, and honestly we can't live without technology, but it kind of, the loop has me thinking that, is there a point where we use technology too much? Should we maybe go back to the old times, or do we keep going with technology and end up exactly like the loop? Because honestly, maybe the loop is a look into our future. Maybe Ben Oliver is a time traveler. We don't know. And I guess that makes it postmodernism too, and part of the literary canon, because it has you thinking about how our society is similar to the one in the loop, because in their society in the loop, they've already been they're controlled by AI now. Everybody worldwide is controlled by AI and technology, and maybe that's gonna be us in the future if we don't, I guess, act. But then we also have to be do we want to act? Do we want to change? Because is there anything to change? I don't know. I have to fill in all this. I added a bunch of really long videos, and now I have to fill them in, but this is gonna be really long. I'm really sorry, sir. I hope you don't show this to the class. This is really embarrassing. Okay, before I run out of footage, I just wanted to finish off by I wanted to conclude by saying that the loop is part of the literary canon, and it is postmodernist, period.